Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Billionaire donors plan to shower Trump with millions in April, a fundraising juggernaut. Trump currently trails behind Biden in cash on hand. That's true. Big money donors are beginning to coalesce around former President Trump after he has become the presumptive GOP nominee as he attempts to close the cash-on-hand gap with Biden, who recently set a high-dollar fundraising record. Yeah, well, when you get all the rich Hollywood types. This weekend in Palm Beach, Florida, Trump will take part in what is being billed as an inaugural leadership dinner, which includes several Republican high-profile donors and signals the beginning of a major push to cut into Biden's cash-on-hand lead. It's not just the amount of money you have, it's how efficiently you use it to generate more votes, things like that. The event will be led by hedge fund billionaire John Paulson and will be co-chaired by hedge fund tycoon Robert Mercer and his daughter Rebecca, oil tycoon Harold Ham, hotelier Robert Bigelow, and casino mogul Steve Wynn. Remember Steve Wynn from years ago. Bigelow and Ham had previously funded money to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in his ill-fated presidential run against Trump in the primary. Ham had previously donated to UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. Now I'm not putting these guys down. It's their money. They can do what the hell they want with it. But just think, if all those people, DeSantis and Nikki Haley especially, had not put their hat into the ring for president, and they knew they wouldn't win. I mean, they might have had hopes. Everybody has hope. But as a few weeks and months went by, they saw it was futile. And all that money that Bigelow and Ham, in this case, gave to DeSantis and Nikki Haley, just think they could have been used against the Democrats and not against each other. But that's water under the bridge now. The war goes on. Scott Bissett, founder and investment firm Square Group and former chief investment officer at George Soros' Soros Fund Management, will also be co-hosting the event. Now, former chief investor. So I'll give him somewhat of a pass. Working for Soros doesn't put him in a good light with me, but Bissett said he was rumored to be a potential cabinet nominee in the second Trump administration. The event will be attended by Chairman and CEO and strategist Jason Trennett, one of Wall Street's top thought leaders. Not sure what thought leader means. It means he's a really smart guy. Chicago Cubs co-owner Todd Ricketts and New York Jets co-owner Woody Johnson are also expected to be among with Wilbur Ross, Trump's former Secretary of Commerce. The event tops out at the chairman level, which costs $824,600 and includes seating at the former president's table. Now that Donald Trump won the primaries, defeating all 10 contenders by a landslide, I think it's time for the Republicans to unite behind him, Paulson said recently to Bloomberg. Like I said, I wish all that money that DeSantis and Nikki Haley spent. Now, the Nikki Haley money came from Democrats, let's tell the truth. But all that money that went to Ron DeSantis, I wish Trump could have used that money, but can't go back in time. For that reason, I'm hosting the inaugural event to galvanize the broad support there is for the president. The event comes after President Biden raised at least $26 million in a star-studded event. Oh, I'm sure it was star-studded, with former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Oh, the three amigos, Biden, Obama, and Clinton. Many expect Trump's fundraising haul to eclipse that record-setting figure and possibly raise around $43 million. On April 10th, Trump will hold a fundraising luncheon in the swing state of Georgia with former Republican Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Now, I don't want to throw stones, and I'm glad they're helping Trump. They're part of the reason why the Republicans couldn't keep the Senate, and I'll just leave it at that. Top GOP donors are expected to attend, including Home Depot co-founder Bernie Marcus, who has always been on Trump's side. Poultry industry executive Tommy Bagwell, beverage sector executive Don Lehman III, and Buckhead advocate Bill White. On the same day, Trump will be holding a fundraiser in Florida with attorney Dan Newland. So 2 big fundraisers in one day. This is the other thing why they want to keep charging Trump with stuff, because it ties him up in court and keeps him from campaigning. With this new case coming up to trial, he's going to have to spend 4 days a week in trial. And that's part of the strategy. Plus, have him run out of cash, which didn't work. Donald Trump has again created a fundraising juggernaut among Republicans. While he's been the presumptive nominee for the Republican Party for less than a month, the RNC and Trump campaign are one unified operation focused on victory, said RNC Chairman Michael Whatley in a statement this week. We're raising funds and making strategic investments to get out the vote and protect the ballot. That's the important thing. Protect the ballot. Fox News Digital confirmed Trump and the RNC brought in $65.6 million in March and extended the month with $93.1 million in cash on hand. These figures include money raised by a number of fundraising committees. Biden raised $53 million in February, ending the month with $155 million on hand. Yeah, you have to catch up. While Trump trails with cash on hand, the New York Times reported in February that Trump leads Biden when it comes to small dollar donors who gave less than $200, and that is incredibly important. That shows grassroots support. So there it is, folks. And he's just going to raise more and more and more and more. It's we're going to have to see how it works out. But money is important. But also, putting the money will do the most good in a smart way is just as important. You can have twice as much as your opponent, but if you spend it on crap and spend it on areas where you either get no traction or you already were going to win that area or state, it's kind of pointless. It'd be like Biden spending millions in New York State or California. It's kind of stupid and pointless, maybe for some congressional races, but not for the presidency. So we're going to see. Things been wrapped up. Oh boy, I hope things work out. Things look really dark now between that mental pygmy Blinken, our Secretary of State, saying now Ukraine is going to be part of NATO. So as soon as the day they sign the papers putting it into NATO, I believe it's Article 5, that an attack on one NATO member is an attack on all, and in comes World War III. And at the same time, they're asking the Israelis to cease fire against Hamas. Hamas has to be wiped out. And they're using their own people for shields. It's disgusting. Not even counting what they did on October 7th. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of balls to juggle in the air. Anyway, folks, that's the story on fundraising for Trump and the Republicans. Let's just hope some of this money trickles down into congressional races, because there's quite a few Democrats that are in very purple districts. And there's some Republicans that are in purple districts as well. One I'm in upstate New York is pretty much 50-50. We're going to have to see. And they're going to have to make up their mind. The Democrats all in for Biden and say so publicly during the campaigning for Congress and the Senate. And the Republicans all in for Trump. Can't sit on the fence anymore. Those days are over. You can't play both sides of the street. People will see right through it. Is it more polarizing than it ever was? Yeah, you bet. But at least it makes the battle lines drawn and they're clear. There's no more room for gray. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.